What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I really appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you can get some information out of this video. On today's agenda is forming 300 Blackout Brass out of 556 brass. Now, I've already got about 300 of the Lake City brass cut down to length so I can resize it in the new Frankford Arsenal turret press. I was using a Harbor Freight chop saw with a jig, 300 Blackout jig that I bought that jig from eBay many years ago. Chop saw I got from Harbor Freight many years ago. And one thing I noticed with the chop saw is it doesn't cut very straight. So it leaves a little bit of a angle on the case. If we can't get that. As you can see, it's a little rough. This is better than it was because I already ran it through the wet tumbler, so all the stainless steel pins really smooth out the edges. But that chop saw leaves that mouth a little rough. So I figured this would be a really good test on, one, how well and how much mechanical advantage this press has to reform the straight wall cartridge that used to be 556 brass into 300 Blackout brass, as well as how well the Hornady 3-in-1 speed trimmer takes a pretty rough cartridge after it's been sized and squares up that mouth face, or the mouth of the case, if we get a square face on it, as well as chamfer and deburr the brass itself. I've already got everything set up for the most part. Actually, I do. I ran a few test cases just to make sure everything was dialed in, so I would spare you guys the agony of me getting everything dialed in. So we're just going to hop right into kind of the flow of things and see how things go. I know they're going to go well, but I'll let you guys see for yourself. I'm using Hornady unique case lube. This stuff works really damn good, for those that are wondering. I'm giving this about a 10,000 shoulder bump. I'm going to be running it out of my AR-15s. 10,000 shoulder bump works really good. And there we go. It's super easy. This thing has got so much mechanical advantage on it. It just really makes easy work out of this brass. One thing I didn't do that I might try in the future is going to be annealing these before I resize them when I convert more brass. But I still need a legitimate annealer. So I've been using a drill and a flame propane torch. That works okay, but I like annealing so much now. I've got really good results with it out of my 6.8 Western that I'm going to try and source a dedicated annealer. Just really smooth. I would say this is a lot smoother than the Hornady lock and load single stage press that I had. I did form quite a few 300 Blackout cases from 556 brass on that press, and this one here just really seems to do it smoother, I should say. And that either is probably the press in conjunction with it being on a press stand, so everything's just kind of working well together here. Do one more, and then we'll go over and trim these guys. Okay, a little before trim action here. So I've got these cut. So once resized in that press, they're right around that 3.65 mark or so, but it's kind of hard to tell because that mouth of the case is not square or flush. So whenever you rotate the case, you're going to get different readings on the calipers there. So let's fix that in the case trimmer. This light obviously doesn't come with the trimmer. It's just one of my Milwaukee lights that I put on here so I can give you guys some better lighting for the video. So it's got a sliding system here. I've got everything set up. It's got the 30 caliber pilot, and it's got a really good collet system on here. So you put your case in and then you turn this, and that holds it pretty well into place here. And you can see it slides on there. It's super quiet, which is really nice. It does come with a plastic shield, but I kept that off of there so I can give you guys a better view of the trimming action. It is super quick, and once you get that case mouth right on the pilot, that thing just sucks it in towards those carbide blades. It's really nice. I found that I kind of have to go back and forth with this newly formed brass because of the uneven face. So I just kind of go back and forth. Give a little forward pressure there. There, she's no longer cutting. And that's the finished product. So it chamfered and deburred it. Really nice. That's great. And that was really quick too. So that saves me a lot of time trimming. I'm super stoked that this machine can do 300 Blackout Brass. I was a little skeptical at first because it's a shorter case, but I have enough adjustment on the unit itself to trim this brass, because that's a lot of work to do by hand. We're at 1.353, 1.352, 1.352. So it looks like we're off by like a thousandth of an inch. So that thing squared, well, in terms of my targeted was 1.350, so I probably could have run that back through there again and just take a little bit more off. But in terms of squaring up the face, it did a really good job with that, or within, a thousandth of an inch as we rotate the case. So a lot better than pre-trimming. Okay, let's just work through these pieces that are resized, and then we'll come back through and we'll just double check to make sure it's consistent trim length. Ultimate Reloader did a really good job with explaining kind of how to set this thing up, but he didn't do a good job, in my opinion. This is my own opinion. He worked through a bunch of cases, but he didn't really check the consistency of the trim after he did several cases. So that's what we're going to accomplish in this video, in case you've already watched his video and was wondering. Okay, one thing that pissed me off with Hornady, if you guys watched my first video on the Frankford Arsenal press, the initial thoughts, I told you I had some reserved opinions about Hornady. So this unit here, I got from Blue Collar Reloading, and it's one of the newer models. When they first came out with this trimmer, only 4 pilots shipped with the trimmer. Now Hornady did send you the pilots if you did request them to, because now this trimmer comes with a total of 7, I believe. When they first came out, it only came with 4. Now, if you guys can guess which pilot these newer trimmers, the ones that are shipping currently, does not come with, you'll be just as pissed, especially if you load for 6.8 Western, and that is the 27 cal pilot. I have no clue why Hornady did not include that with this trimmer. That pissed me off. I called up Hornady and I asked them, what the heck? Do you guys have a 27 caliber pilot available? And they're like, no, but we're gonna work on it. We're gonna send your request to the engineer team. I'm like, okay, well, cool. But why the hell do you not include the 27 cal pilot trimmer, or the pilot? It's just weird. That's just kind of one of the half-assed things that I think Hornady did on this one. So I won't be able to trim 6.8 Western with this until they release a 27 caliber pilot. Now you're thinking, well, couldn't you just use a regular pilot like on a hand trimmer or anything else that uses just standard pilot? And no, you can't, because this is a specific pilot. It has a flat on the pilot shank where the set screw on this trimmer head interfaces. It's funny because Reloading Weatherby just uploaded a video this week about kind of how Hornady is kind of like the Temu products of reloading, and they make some good stuff, but some of their stuff is just like, you scratch your head, like, Hornady, what the hell are you doing, man? So that one there, I just need to lock that in a little bit more. Good. All right, let's check consistency across these cases here. 1.350. 349. Probably could run that last one in just another little pass just to take another thousands off. So far though, these are all looking good. I know, riveting stuff, right? But this is important information to know on if your trimmer is consistent. Okay, so pretty dang consistent. I would say just a couple in there. We're off by a couple thousand, so I could run that through again just to kind of square those up a little bit more if you're OCD. But anyway, pretty damn good results, and it's just super convenient that it also champers and deburrs. So it saves you a step, and yeah, looks good. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys picked up something educational off this. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. If you guys have any questions on this equipment or something you want me to try out with it, I can make a follow-up video and answer those questions for you. If you guys are interested in any merch, I'll link my merch shop in the description of this video. When you guys purchase this helps offset the cost of some of the reloading products that I buy, especially some of the newer stuff. So that way I can bring it to you guys to check out and see if it's something that you guys are interested in obtaining for your reloading practices. Once again, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.